Hey, it's John Deloney, co-host of The Ramsey Show. Did you know over 18 million people listen to The Ramsey Show every week?
That's a lot.
A lot of those people listen on one of our 600-plus radio stations across the country. To find a station near you, go to RamseySolutions.com/show.
Alrighty, Ramsey Show ending. After show beginning. And I'll just put my links in the chat here. See how many I can get into the chat before some of my loyal fans show up. Got one more to do. Can I? Yes, got them all in. Cool. Alrighty. 5 years minimum for saving for down payment in the market. Okay. The steps are always wise. You just had bad timing. All right. Yep, guy whining about stuff, saying he tried to save up for a house, and he's saying somewhere in Tennessee the house is tripled. And you know, maybe during his whole life, you know, but not during the last 2 years. No house prices tripled anywhere. That's crazy ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, me too. I don't use the 2 fingers of Scotty method from the Star Trek 4. You did not tell me about the stat you saw on the Money Guys. AJ, let's find out about that. So the guy that's saying that he tried to save up all cash, so he's following the baby steps and tried to save up all cash, as Dave prefers that you save up all cash and buy a house completely in cash and not get a mortgage. And so he said the house is tripled in price. And so he thinks people should consider whether it's wise to do the baby steps because of that. And so I said, well, maybe you should have considered starting 2 years before you did start. You just bad timing. That happened right then. That doesn't affect everybody else on the planet. That doesn't affect, you know, anybody but you, basically. Because also there's the other variables he's putting on himself by having to buy in just that same small little area, and it's not like the whole state of Tennessee. Even let's just say house price doubled in the last 2 years. That's not every city in Tennessee. That's not every state in the world. You know, he could move somewhere else, or you just save up longer, or you get a mortgage, which Dave will not yell at you for doing. So, you know, all these choices up to you, or you can sit in a chat and just complain about that the houses have gone up in value over and over and over again. So, yeah. And you're going to get that. All right, let's see. AJ said home prices have gone up 32% over the past 2 years. Oh, not double? Not 100%? AJ, you sure? Dude in the chat thought they went up 100%. Actually, he says some of them tripled. And yes, maybe during his lifetime it did, but not during the past 2 years. But when you add in interest going from 2.5 to 6.5, the payment has actually gone up 93%. Oh, when you add in the, yeah, and that's probably on a lot of 30-year mortgages as well, not being paid off early and such. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's actually, that, you know, it does happen. But the price of the house itself is what dude was talking about. He wasn't talking about any of that stuff. All right, what are we doing? Oh, here's what we do. We listen for the drum taps. Oh, show 322, 7/19, 2022. All that's correct. Did everything perfectly today. And we listen for the drum taps. And you don't need to consider if baby steps are wise. You can listen right now and hear what they are. Baby steps definitely wise, even if you put bad parameters on yourself for buying a house and you have bad timing. All right. Drum taps. Where are they? Here they come. Phrasing. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Step mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, that's why I go, and why I host this after show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. If you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Now step 4 is when you can take a breath. Go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. And 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you live like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name's Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, that's why I go, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Crud, missed the timing on that one. Live from Columbus, OH. The Ramsey Show Aftershow show brought to you by D.H. Schumann. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about. Great. Should have a way to fade that out instead of have it be so abruptly ended before he starts singing. Where was I? Whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. And if you And you can schedule a free consultation/assessment at calendly.com/CoachSteveMoney. Links at the top of the chat and in the video description below. You can email me about anything. Yes, anything. CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Even if you have a guitar track for Love Yourself that you would like to email me. Right, AJ? You can do that to that address. As well as anything else that's on your mind. You can reach me on Instagram. That's Coach Steve Money, no spaces. If you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better. That's PayPal. Whoops, done it. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right. Oh, let's catch up with the chat. Let's see. AJ bought his house in 2014. It's not quite doubled yet, but it's getting close. Doubling it. Yep. It's gone up a lot, but has it gone up double or even triple? Dude is saying a house went triple. 95K. Now same size houses with less than half the land are going for 170 to 190. Yikes. Where is that? So that would be double, but that doesn't mean yours are worth double. Yours is worth double. Is yours worth double that now? Bought it for 95 and it's worth 190 now? Let's find out. Thanks for the IO, AJ. AJ thought he was winning. Not his type of music. That doesn't mean you can't do it, though, AJ. Seems like it would be very easy to do. You just have to go boom, boom, boom. You know, you said it's just the picking, but it's just like one string at a time and not some, you know, thing. It's very... All right. Okay, just the area, the school district. Yeah, so is yours, check on the Zillow or whatever, Tat, and see what yours is. See if it's doubling. See if it's 190 now. Alrighty, so that catches us up in the chat. Today's Ramsey Show hosts on an all-new Ramsey Show. Were Dave Ramsey, of course, in the big chair, and with him... today was, whoops, wrong one. Let's go ahead and get that up there. Okay, and was friend of the after show, host of the John Deloney Show, author of what's it called? Own Your Past, Change Your Future. Oh, we call him Dr. D, as you can see, but his parents named him John Deloney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me, plus he's got some other certs. John Deloney, never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out, has the cut of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. Ooh, he takes a call and then twirls his pen, and he saves the day again. John Deloney. Ooh, this dude has got some range. Season of change is what you going there, says John Deloney. Never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out, has the crowd, I'm the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. missed it. Wealth and illness has to face, they didn't place, but they probably still had fun with John Deloney. Never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out. Has the clout of the healing kind, John, 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 woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. Alrighty, and market report. Letting that pay a little bit. Alright, let's see. Can I give you, Nightwave Radio wants to know if I can give him financial advice with your, what does with your Beamer mean? Your BMW? Think business partner might be breaking up with me. Okay. What about it? Your business partner, that shouldn't affect you too much unless you can't do any business by yourself. So let's see. Have to replace some windows and a few other. We will be there with the prices. Oh, you think so? What does the Zillow say, Tat? I mean, you might be fronted. What about it? What about your BMW? That's your complete question. The business partner breaking up with you has nothing to do with the Beamer at all. You shouldn't have payments on that because you shouldn't be doing any debt. So pay that off. Is what you should be doing on that. With the LLC, if we split up, does that mean he can take the car? If he owns the LLC by himself and the car is property of the LLC, yes, probably. If you have joint ownership, it might have to be sold and split up. That would be something for a lawyer. But yeah, if you're not a partner or anything else, if you just like work there and you think you're a partner, that doesn't mean anything. You have to be on the LLC paperwork. And of course it depends on like who, if the car's in your name, that might be enough. Contact a lawyer about that. I don't know exactly how that would work if it's intertwined. But if you mean you bought the car with, money just because you work there, that doesn't mean anything as well. That has nothing to do with your business partner. Because that is still in your name and you're on the hook for it. And if you're making payments for it, it should be sold anyway. Because that way you can get out of it. And so follow the baby steps is the ultimate rule. But for those exact situations, you'd have to ask a lawyer. All right, so where were we? We were doing this. Well, I'll go after that answer. All right. So as you can see, the most up today, which was up really early, even when the other three indices or indexes were not high. They were just up a little bit, and the Russell was already up over 2% earlier this morning. Show you in there, and it closed at 350, as you can see. See how much higher it is than the closing from yesterday. And you see the Nasdaq, not so much there, and the S&P not so much there. A little bit better, and the Dow was pretty good all day as well. After this part, it jumped up there. So great day. Now, as I was saying in the Ramsey Show chat, we only need about 10 or 15, days, more days like this, and then we'll be all right. Then we'll be back to the thing. Tat said his is at 170, so that's not bad. Not bad. You can't beat that. But where did you say where that was? What like city and what neighborhood? You don't have to like give me the street address, but what city is that in? The city will be telling. Let's see. You shouldn't love a car. You should love a person. Or an animal even. But you shouldn't love a car. Bought it for 4K. Okay, that's not bad. CEO of the LEC accused me of sleeping. Okay, which is untrue. All right, well, again, that's lawyers are going to have to be involved in that. So he's the CEO. What are you in the LLC? Anything? Where was I? Russell Small Cap Index leading with 3.5%. Gain today, and so as you can see, it's very, very, very good. And so let's see what stories we have to go with that from Reuters. Boeing rises on deal to sell jets to 777 partners. 777 partners. I don't know, or if that's an actual like company. Johnson & Johnson, IBM fall on dollar impact warning. Halliburton, Truist rise after profit beat. Who else? Oh, and I can't read anymore. Reuters. So, let's check to see if cnbc.com/financial maybe. See if they have anything on that. No, they don't. Let's see. Investing. Investing club. Markets. Oh, duh. Okay, let's see. Treasuries rise. Yields rise. 2-year, 10-year curve remains inverted. Got no stories on here about the particular market. It was somebody else had good IBM maybe. Somebody had better earnings. And we'll check the futures. So again, this is after hours trading, and so this doesn't have anything to do with what previously happened. This would be on top of what happened and ended at 4 p.m. Eastern time when the markets close as the after hours trading. So this is almost another 3% for the S&P. Look at that, 3.5 additional percent for the NASDAQ and 2.45% additionally for the Dow. Of course, somebody could burp in the middle of the night. The president could burp or something like that, and somebody hears it and puts it on the news, and then everything be negative in the morning. That could still happen, but hopefully it's a good omen we have here, and hopefully, as we talked about previously on the after show, the bottom of the market was last week, and now we'll be recovering, and that would be great. He told me I'm an officer of the LLC. Not really sure what that means, but I'm supposed to be able to enforce contracts. Unless you are in the LLC paperwork, you're not an officer of the LLC. So I would contact your lawyer immediately. Like if you have any ownership stake, or if you're just an employee, you just bounce and get another job. And get out of that mess. Where are we? CNBC. Netflix loses fewer subscribers than expected and says cheaper ad tier is coming in early 2023. Netflix only lost around 970,000 subscribers during the second quarter, a smaller loss than the $2 million it projected last quarter. The company aims to unveil its lower-cost, ad-supported tier in 2023. Streaming giant provided guidance for the third quarter, saying it expects to add around 1 million net new subscribers. So I don't know how they're going to do that unless, I don't know how they're going to add 1 million instead of losing them. Don't know what they have planned, but anyway, some people bought it. As you can see in the after hours trading. Oh, it went up. Oh no, this is just the after hours trading. It's up 7.04%, and so whatever it made today in regular trading. I don't have that number. Maybe this does. Jumped 8% after the company said it lost fewer subscribers than. So 8 and 7, that would be 15 altogether. There's your friendly neighbor Spider-Man right there. A little cameo on the after show. Let's see, this from CNN Business. Crypto's making a big comeback. Will it last? And I did skim through this. I could see if it was worth our time. Basically what it's talking about Bitcoin making up about 42% of the total market. And that one called Solana, which I hadn't even heard of, is up more than 35% in the past 7 days, while Ethereum, or Ether for short, has climbed nearly 45% in the past 7 days. And so to look at this, what this means, I think they're just hopeful, but as you can see, Ethereum down percentage at the moment. This doesn't stop at 4 p.m. Eastern time like the market does. But still, year to date, it's still down 14% for the year to date, even though it's come back a little bit. So this little bit of coming back is supposed to mean that it is doing what again? Is making a big comeback, okay? All right. I mean, I guess if you bought it right there or right there, I guess, it's great for you. But I don't know if it's a big comeback. I don't know. I don't know about the phrasing there. They might be looking for too much. I mean, I have the same thing for the regular market. But I'm just saying, hopefully the end was last week. I'm not saying it's making a big comeback. I'm saying today and the after hours trading are good because that makes it go up. And so hopefully it'll keep doing that. Western side of Wichita Falls, Kansas? Really? No problem, Tat. No problem. Wichita Falls, Kansas, right? Western side. Must be a richy area over there. Little pocket of richiness. Cool. All right. So CNBC, a Roth IRA conversion can be a big tax win when retirement portfolio loses value. So let's see what they have to say about that. As stocks dipped in the bear market territory this year, investors in the know on retirement plan tax law might have made a smart move, convert retirement account assets to a Roth IRA. Indeed, more investors should understand how to take advantage of a Roth IRA when a retirement portfolio has declined in value. Transferring funds from a traditional IRA or 401k plan into a Roth can be beneficial over the long term because the assets grow tax-free in the Roth account. Thank you, Senator Roth. Whereas in a traditional account, the investor owes the taxes at distribution time. However, you'll pay ordinary income tax rates on the amount converted, so consumers need to weigh out the associated costs as well as factor in other strategic-based decisions. And so now if you have a market that's down as it is now, and a portfolio that is down where it is now, then you still get credit for all of the contributions you made. So all the contributions are not gains. So you could actually be negative now, and then that would be no net gain, and so you would owe no taxes on that conversion. So that would be a good reason. You pay less in taxes converting a portfolio that has declined. Taxes may go up in the future. Probably will. Caveats, cash on hand, tax brackets, and charitable giving. All that, of course, come into play in taxes. But yeah, basically, it's when the market's down, portfolio's down, then you can convert it to a Roth for less taxes. Maybe even none. That's from theregister.com. Wichita Falls, Texas. Oh, okay. All right. What big city is that? Is that like a suburb of a big city, Houston or something? Dallas. So some kind of suburb like that, a Richie suburb, like, for example, even though Washington is still pretty expensive itself, like Alexandria is, that kind of thing. Google Oracle Cloud servers wilt in UK heat wave, take down websites. Cloud burst as nation hits 40 degrees Celsius. And so basically you're talking about the cooling needed to keep servers cool. That's why we have the air conditioner running almost all the time here. And that's why I have this jacket behind me so I can put it on if I get really cold. But normally I'm all right during the summer. We have a server right over in the room right there, and we do have to keep it cool, but like something owned by Google or Oracle is probably going to be heavier duty and require even more cooling. And so with it being hot outside, that makes that harder to do. Experiencing the issue. As a result, some customers may be unable to access or use Oracle Cloud infrastructure resources hosted in the region. So yeah, that'll take your server down. Well, as long as it's that stuff and it's not like the World of Warcraft server or the what are the kids into? Roblox, the oh, what is that one that Epic did? I can't remember the name of it. Let's see. This from CNBC. Alphabet is trading at its post-split price. Here's how the Dow would move if it joined the index. Oh, and I can't read that. That's a pro thing, or I read too many. I don't know. Let's see what happens if we reload it. And this is just like a guesstimate on what the Dow would do if Alphabet owns Google. And so if they join the Dow Jones Industrial Average, as to how that would change the Dow, but apparently we can't see it. Actually, let me try one more thing. Let me try it in another browser that you can't see. What up, Magical Elixir? And see if that will let me read that. Come on. Nope, that's a CNBC Pro that's necessary for that. What up, Rebel? Somebody watching on the Twitch. Appreciate it. Okay, so we have no idea how it would affect it. I'm assuming it would go up probably on that. All right, so we did not get a chance because we had too long of a show yesterday to do the Reddit section. and I forgot the word of the day. Oh, the word of the day, which might be a new segment. The word of the day in the Ramsey Show chat was petulant. And let's see what petulant is. Is childishly sulky or bad-tempered is the word for it. That's the word of the day. Petulant. That's the meaning of it. All right. I'm a Ramsey certified financial coach, sir. Oh, let's see. What can we do here? January 2023. This from Broad Ant 3871. Starting baby step 2 in January. Should I just pay the minimum on everything I'm paying now or pay a little more? That's not how you do that. Baby step 2 is to pay minimums on everything except the smallest debt, and you put every cent available to that small debt. And then when you get that small debt paid off, then you can put all that money to the next. And that's big snowball, and that roll that keeps getting bigger. So you keep putting more on the debts as you keep paying the little ones off. Why baby step 2 in January? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a New Year's resolution. Maybe they're trying to do that. What would Dave do from HFR Ryboth? Is consolidating a smart move. 23F and a 22M husband have been married for a bit over a year and have really messed up financially for most of our marriage and recently woken up and want to make a change. All right. That's a good thing. We've combined about $15K in credit card debt and another close to $20K in personal loans. We keep making plans to pay it off all quickly and just don't seem to stick to them, or something always happens to come up. Honestly, maybe? Honesty as I'm typing this out. I'm realizing it's all just excuses. That's right, it is. Originally thought to follow the baby steps and do the debt snowball like Dave says, but my husband wanted to try his idea first. Pay off the one with largest interest first, which Dave doesn't recommend. Dave recommends starting at the bottom, the smallest first. That way you get wins, and that way you don't get discouraged and lose track. And we've trailed away from that since, right? Because you didn't make any headway on it, because you just have a small amount to put to it. And the idea of the snowball has been brought up again, and also the idea of consolidating at least our credit cards is continuously brought up. I'm not sure where to turn or what to do and feel like we're always going to be in debt. Is consolidating a bad idea? Yes, it is, because it makes you think that you've done something and you haven't. You've only moved the debt around. How do people who follow the snowball seem to pay off their $1,000 in debt so fast? Well, they don't consolidate. They just make more money and they cut expenses. Expenses aren't that much, and combined we bring in around $5K a month. $700 for rent, $350 for groceries, $180 for insurance, $400 for gas. That's not that bad, but $980 for debt. So doesn't say. Let's see, $5K a month for income. So that's $1,000. That's $1,500. So that's only $2,500. Where's the other $2,500 going to? That's what you got to look for there. Where's the other $2,500 going to? And that would be your problem. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm not seeing Obs. I'm not seeing that on my screen anymore. So I might have blocked him. Let's see. Are we doing? I forgot to check on to see. Let's see. Yeah. Why is it doing that? It's still doing that again, where it's skipped frames again. I don't know why. I'll have to see what I can do about that. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anymore. You guys are, I think, 20 seconds or so behind me. And I'm not seeing it. I blocked him a while back. So, call me Rebel. You can schedule an appointment with me. Calendly.com. The link's at the top of the chat. You can schedule that appointment. And I'll be more than happy to talk to you. So we talked about the consolidating. Don't do that. And you got $2,500 of expenses that you mentioned, and making $5,000. There's $2,500 going somewhere. So, and that, I'm going to go ahead and guess, is the problem. Maybe that's car payments or something. Let's see. Listen to the podcast, Ken and Dave. Couldn't get through more than a few minutes. Those two just aren't good radio together. I'm sure Ken is a good person, but I think he could be the next personality to make a transition to another role. See, he just seems a little burned out. Dave doesn't think so, or he wouldn't be there. This from Scream A4. Alrighty. Seeking guidance. Traversing through debt. Fairly new to the sub, but I figured perhaps someone could help shed some light on my situation. Also, does Dave really recommend not contributing towards retirement until normal debt is paid off? That's exactly what he does. Really recommend. Had several debates regarding this topic, especially when it comes to 401k and receiving essentially free money through the match. That's his advice. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. It's your money. You can do whatever you want. Anyway, I hope someone could steer me on the right path because I feel like I'm rapidly drowning. Okay, so here's the dealio on that. Dave Ramsey has millions of documented success stories on his side. Anybody that told you to not take the match, they don't have nearly his track record. So that's the beauty of it. It's your money. You get to choose what you want to do with it. You don't have to do what Dave Ramsey says. He seems to have the best advice, though, based on the track record. And again, millions of documented success stories. So 2 years experience in IT, income $42K, debt $47K, beep, 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 doo, rent $550. Yeah, I mean, you can do it. You can certainly get out of debt with your situation. You just got to stop spending money, try to get some overtime, maybe a second job. You can certainly get through it. Obs, you can, if you still see it, Obs right now, if you're still seeing it, you can block him. You can certainly block him, Obs. Because I think I hit the wrong thing just now on that new name, and I hit add to the block list on my Restream app, but that's not in YouTube. So Obs, why don't you block him, please? And you can use your judgment to do that anytime you want to on anybody. This is from Nye Bishop. Hustling Hard, Baby Step 2 Flair. Hey y'all, I'm a long-time lurker of many things Reddit, but I haven't actually posted much, so excuse any formatting issues. I'm diving in headfirst to everything Dave and have joined Facebook groups, Reddit groups, listened to his podcast, bought the books, etc. My husband and I are in Baby Step 2, and here's our success. This month we had to pay 3 mortgage payments on only 2 paychecks. How? Had to pay 3 mortgage payments. This normally puts us way in the red. However, we are actually back on track to come out a few thousand ahead. We're literally selling everything. Maybe they just wanted to pay 3 mortgage payments. Literally, the second I wake up to right before bed, I'm trying to post things on Kijiji. I guess that's a selling app. With a bit of fire under my butt to try, and it's try to. AJ knows. I corrected him on that before. It's not try and do something. It's try to do something. Actually chip away at our $80,000 debt, which I really want to try to be rid of in 2 years. Crazy. Yep, it is. But that's the way you do this. You be weird. You don't be normal. I did something I was always afraid to do. I self-published my first ever children's book that I wrote and illustrated. I haven't sold a staggering amount of copies, but I'm proud of myself nonetheless, and I'm working my butt off to get rid of debt while also following my dreams. Every dollar counts, right? It does indeed. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Blog comes up again and again. Yeah. It does. Aubrey would have to do it because she's a mod. So is it Are they coming back on different names? That's how they do it. So yeah, so I'm not seeing any of it. Sorry about that. Like I said, on accident I hit the block on the thing there. So if it's the same account and he's just changing names every time that Aubrey blocks it, then he can just change names and come back thanks to the wonderfulness of YouTube. Okay, that's from Beatles WMC01. If bank account balances were negative, accounting for debt, maybe we'd find it easier to get out of debt. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe step 2, maybe it's just me, but it feels like it would be easier to get out of debt if your checking account was adjusted negatively for the amount of debt you have in total. Similar concept of the debt snowball as far as viewing and doing things in a way that will psychologically make it easier to pay things off. Yeah, but that's not gonna change. That's not gonna happen. Because the bank account is not mixed in with your net worth. The bank account's not your net worth. The bank account is just the balance in the bank account. All right, let's see. Pure Talk. People talking about Pure Talk. Phone service. I can recommend Straight Talk because I've had that before. Let's see, Mama Bean 719, Baby Step 2, term life insurance, married one different. Yes, Baby Step 2, term life insurance is definitely a requirement. That would be in Baby Step 0 for you guys. Way before Step 1, way before Step 2. We just started Baby Step 2, already paid off $8K in student loans. I have a few years left. Household income, husband makes 60 to 70K, wife is a homemaker. We are looking to purchase term life insurance. For husband, we are thinking $600,000. Employer provides 1 year salary insurance as a benefit. Well, that's fun. For that, yeah, 600K. Yeah, so you make and that would 600K in the market invested at 10 to 12% would make at minimum 60K a year. So that replaces husband's income, right? Should wife also carry a term life policy? Yes. If so, how do we decide coverage given little to no income? Additionally, how do we choose an insurer? You go to an insurance broker. You can go to Xander Insurance, which Dave recommends. That's ZANDR. And the website, I think, is ZANDRINS.com. XanderInts.com, I believe the website is for that. But Xander Insurance, and they are an insurance broker, and they shop for the cheapest policy for you. I have a close friend who pitched term life to us through Primerica. Don't do anything through Primerica, not through Primerica. Primerica is not the dealio. They have, I think, a thing that like is supposed to be similar to term life, but that's not it. Nope. No Primerica. 79 comments on that, but yes, wife should also carry a term life policy, because guess what? Everything that the wife does in the home would have to be replaced if she died. So you need to have 10 times the amount that it would cost to replace her. To pay somebody, Mary Poppins, Dave often says, to pay Mary Poppins to take care of the kids and take care of the house, to do the homemaking stuff. So you got to pay for that. So yes, wife should have that as well. Absolutely. Boom, 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 boom. That sounds like real estate reading recommendations. I don't know. Don't know. No clue. You can watch the real estate reality check stream. It's still on the YouTubes. It's on the highlight channel, I think. But if you just type in Ramsey real estate reality check, that live event from last week will still be on there, and you can watch it. Let's see. What would Dave do? Basically, seeking affirmation for the advice I received will sound a little more clarification about investing. I recently graduated from undergraduate debt-free and have about $8,000 emergency fund. I'm about to start a PhD program that covers tuition and pays me a stipend of $35,000 per year. It's a blessing, yeah. Based on baby steps, I thought that after adding more to my 3 to 6 month emergency fund, I would be ready to open up a Roth IRA, because baby step 4 is to start investing in retirement. I wonder if this person was in the, yeah, Megan was in the chat today asking about that. Okay, so I answered her question already, but yeah, so she's got it covered. The program covers it, and I guess that there's no way that can like be taken away, and it pays her a stipend of $35,000 a year. So instead, after adding more to 30 to 6 month emergency fund, right, have it just be at 6 max, don't go over 6. Would be ready to open up a Roth IRA, yes, because baby step 4 is to start investing in retirement. However, when I met with a Smart Investor Pro, he recommended I start by investing in non-retirement accounts before thinking about a Roth IRA. False. Why would you not want tax-free growth? That's sus to me. He hashtag mentioned that I should keep my money more liquid during this phase in my life, which I think is true, given that I may be wanting to put a down payment in on the future. Okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to put a down payment on a home, or do you want to save? I mean, do you want to start investing? You can do both. If you have no debt and you got that full emergency fund, you can do both. You can invest and save for a down payment. It just depends. If you want to move into a house faster, then you can stop investing, and you can put all that towards down payment. Dave does recommend you do that no longer than 3 years without investing. He doesn't want you out of investing that long, but he'll give you 3 years so you can get a bigger down payment, or if you're lucky, be able to save up and pay cash for all of it. So let's see, I'm a bit confused, because normally when I hear Dave talk about baby steps, investing in retirement at 15% is the next step. Yes, it is. Am I in a different camp because I do not have a home yet? Yes, because you would be doing 3B, which is save for down payment, and step 4 at the same time. So, and you have that option. And my income will be fairly low. That's the thing too. If your income is fairly low, it'll take you a lot longer to save that down payment. Are the baby steps assuming the person already has a mortgage? No, they work either way. and therefore does not need to save money for a down payment on a home. No, it doesn't assume that. It just it has in there for both. Step 6 is to pay off the mortgage. Step 3B is to save for a down payment, which you don't need to do if you already have a house, because you've already would have put that down payment down before that. Alrighty. Yeah, Primerica, not so good. Yeah, nice going. If you're a coach, what do you need to talk to me about for, sir? Or ma'am? I don't know if it's a ma'am or not. What is it that you would need to talk to me about? I wonder. All right, I think we're all caught up now. Let's see. And like I said, I did give the advice to Megan today. Yeah, we did all that, so we are good. Alrighty, upcoming streams. That would be this program, this stream right here, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, and that's Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And that follows the Ramsey Show on the YouTube. That starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and goes till approximately 6 p.m. Normally goes a minute or two later, and so I start whenever the Ramsey Show is over. I did a tech support with Coach Steve Money over the weekend. I do that same thing that I just did with the Ramsey subreddit. I go to the tech support subreddit, and I use my 25 plus years of tech support experience to answer those questions on there. Still working on Uncharted, maybe 2 more streams to finish that game. Maybe 1 if I do a long one, phrasing. And Oak Island starting back up October, November, something like that. Probably there could be like a bonus show sometime this summer still, and if if that happens, I will recap that as well. Let's see. New coach part-time, trying to transition to full-time. Having trouble getting clients. I'm not sure which direction to go in to get the ball rolling. You should probably call one of the coaches at. They specialized in doing that. There's a part of the coach program. Go back and do that stuff if you haven't done that stuff, where it talks about getting clients. So you hear an echo. Yeah, I don't know why there would be an echo. I mean, you could possibly have an echo from something else, but hearing an echo from me, it could be if the stream is still, it doesn't say it's glitching anymore or skipping frames, so I don't know why you would hear an echo. Yep. Yeah, it's a whole section in there about how to get clients, how to launch your business, all that stuff. I think it's called Launch. So yeah, check that out. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay. So my links up at the top of the chat, video description below. Also to the right side of my YouTube banner here, you can schedule a free consultation with me. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and you can schedule that free, no strings attached consultation with me by clicking on that link and at calendly.com. That'll take you there, and then you click on financial coaching. Then you can pick the date from the calendar. You can change the month. You can do it even Christmas Day. Oh, it only goes to November. They don't let you schedule out past November, so you would have to do actually not past the 17th. Interesting. I ran into that problem today when trying to schedule something else online. So you can pick November 8th and pick the time, and Calendly will let me know when you would like that appointment, and I will email you back to let you know what information I need from you to accurately financially assess you. PayPal is for donations. You can do that just like DH Schumann did. Thank you so much, DH. That's paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. You can email me about anything, and that is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Right there, and you can ask me about this after show. You can ask me about Ramsey stuff. You can ask me about scheduling. You can ask me about Oak Island, video gaming stuff, computer stuff, and if you'd like to sing the Baby Steps song, you can email me about that as well, and I can send you the exact music that I used for it, because AJ hasn't sent me a guitar track for it. Maybe he'll send you a guitar track for it before he sends me one. But you can pre-record it, and I can just play the recording on here. Or we can do it live. We have that technology in the year of our Lord 2022. Alrighty. Well, I guess that will do it for today. Everybody have a wonderful night and make smart financial decisions every day.